So this is video that I'm going to continue from the previous one. I actually haven't explained previously about how important it is to stay within that 70 mark on the birthday of Israel, being on the 67 years old at the same time, via God's clock and calendars. The reason also is, according to Matthew 24, it said that everything shall be fulfilled in one generation. And counting from 1948, it had seen one generation, 70 years. Because in Psalm chapter 90, verse 10, it says that one generation is 70 years. And so Israel was born in a day in the last days back in 1948, and that was the 70 years from that time until now in 2018. And so it's so important to see that we're in that season for the return of Christ and for his coming of the bride and the beginning of the Great Tribulation. And so here we actually have been talking about the midnight hour. 2018 is actually back to 2012 at the same time, via God's clock. So this is God's clock. And so what I've been trying to say is there's so much significance behind the midnight hour, because the midnight hour means the beginning of, well, the midnight hour has many meanings. It's actually the darkest before dawn. It means that there's no more time left. It means a new beginning. And it's also it's about darkness and light meeting together. And there's a lot of meaning behind midnight hour, which you can also see that it has occurred throughout the scripture. One that mentioned in Matthew 25, and one that mentioned in the Passover in Exodus somewhere between 12 to 14 by memory. And so just let's go back to 2012. Because 2012, it's gonna be right now we're in 2012, but in order to hit that 12 of the all-night midnight position, in the 12th of December in the 2012, which is equalized in the 15th of December 2018. As I said before, it has been equalized with Kislev 12, which was December 12 at the same time. And so everything hits the midnight hour, or 3, and being on that day on Kislev 29 via Enoch's calendar is actually part of the Hanukkah. And the Hanukkah during that day was a 6-day candle lighting. And there's the seven candle up as well. And then that's 6 and a 7. That's Sabbatical coded again. And so right now we're just back to 2012 midnight hour. And also I just want to explain about the saying earlier with this. And just explain how this section is equalized in this section. Because of how Kislev 6 and Kislev 7 is equalized on the 6th and the 7th December 2018, and this runs here and there together at the same time, and so just going back to 9/11. And so over here with the with this, I want to explain the 4 days rule counted from the 1st of December 2018. And remember in past videos I've said about the importance of combining both layers together to have the meaning fuller. And because here is also 9/11 on 24th of November, and that's actually this part is actually going with when this part and this part is going with this part at the same time. So basically God's calendars go by all just multiple areas at the same time. This running at the same time in different locations, different dates. Multiple markers can connect to one single date. And so, adding the 4 days rule from the 1st of December, we have to realize we're going with a double layer right now. And so, in 2019, it's going to be ended up on the 10th of January 2019. And that's gonna be the end of the 40 days. I explained before, beyond that 4 days will be a boundary, because there is the 3 days rule added because of the delay. There's a 3 days rule because God's gonna stop time during the 3 days of darkness, and so there's gonna be some misalignment on the dates, and somehow just got that Passover boundary on 14th and 22nd of January, plus the 3 beforehand. And this is a Passover boundary. Nissan 14 to 22 is equal to January 14 to 22. And so this boundary is going back to 2015. And I'm just going down. Going down in the Passover core marker. Here we can see is equalized in the Passover of 2015. And there was a code of the 666 came out of Genesis 7. And with the Genesis 7, it came out the number of the Great Tribulation, the mark of the beast. And that pretty much pointing to the rapture boundary. With the code of the Great Tribulation. So that's equalized together. Made possible by the first human delay and the 6 and the 7 o'clock being equalized together. And again, the double layers. It means that this Passover boundary is equal to this boundary below. The black one is actually the actual boundary. This is the secondary only. The primary is this layer, and so so I just want to do that so it just make a lot more sense. Just continue on the next video. Thank you.